Rev up your engines!
Demon twin ass Scotty, I'm looking to get in a 2003 Jaguar X-type 6-cylinder, 155,000 miles. Get in an online auction for $500. Any thoughts? You want an endless money pit? Go right ahead. Now that you're breaking the two cardinal rules of buying used car: one, never buy a used Jaguar, and two, never buy an online auction car. You don't know what you're getting for that thing. Now, if you're a restorer and you want to make a toy and you want to play with it for the next 52 weekends, $500 is nothing if it's still got an engine and a body and everything on it. Go right ahead. You know, a 2003 X-type Jaguar is never going to be worth all that much money. If you want a toy and something to play around with, what the heck? And let's say you want to go to a derby, the demolition derbies, right? Let's say you want to go to a demolition derby. It'd be hilarious to have a Jaguar in a demolition derby. A lot of them have a rule where you can only pay $500 for the car that you put in them. I mean, that would be absolutely hilarious if you want to go that route. C.S. Jaguar says, Scotty, my girlfriend got her car totaled, is looking at another car. Subaru's selling a 2019 Forester with 10,000 miles on it, 5,000 below KBB value. There's a catch. It was used as a loaner car. Don't buy it. You don't want to get a loaner car. When people get loaner cars, they beat the heck out of them. A lot of times they're mad because they got their car in under warranty, it isn't fixed right, and then they're getting revenge by beating the heck out of a loaner car. Do not buy a loaner car. See those old movies, they said, give him the loaner. Do you want to own the loaner? I wouldn't want to own a loaner. Just like I've got videos out there, why not to buy cars from rental car places. People rent cars, they beat the heck out of them. So, I mean, if you ever seen that old Seinfeld episode where he's renting a car and they don't have the one he wants and they give him a subcompact and the woman says, well, do you want the insurance? He says, yeah, give me the insurance. I'm going to drive the heck out of this car. And most people do with loaners too, so I'd walk away from that one. Jason takes Manhattan. Well, what does he do when he takes it? He asks Scotty, my stepfather's going to buy a 19 Mitsubishi Eclipse with a CVT transmission. He's planning on keeping the car. Should I stop him? Well, that depends. Do you like your stepfather or do you hate him? If you hate him, tell him to buy it. Because those are terrible vehicles to begin with. And with the CVT transmission, those are extremely unreliable. Now, it's a new model. Who knows? Maybe they miraculously solved all the problems. But I kind of doubt it knowing Mitsubishi. They always seem to make problem after problem after problem. They're cheaper made vehicles. People buy them because they cost less. But they never last like a Toyota or a Honda or even a Ford for that matter. So it really depends on, do you like your stepfather or can you just not stand the guy? But if it was me, I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. Toby in 1989 says, I got an '07 Nissan Armada 5.6. I drove to the store, started home. It gave me a little bit of a hard time starting and no acceleration. Stop the car and it will crank but won't start. It has fuel and no spark. Okay? You don't have any spark. That's a modern computerized vehicle. Generally, when you lose spark on those, you've got some kind of an electronic problem. Pray it's something simple, like your crankshaft position sensor. If that goes out, it won't tell the engine when to fire the spark. Pray it's something simple like that. It is a Nissan Armada, and it's 13 years old. I've seen the computers go out and do that too. But the first thing to check would be the crankshaft position sensor to see if it's sending out data. And of course, do simple things like look around for it. And if you see a wire's got unplugged, yeah, they unplugged, they won't give any data either. So try to check the simple things first. But if you have fuel and no spark, pray it's just the crank sensor that's gone bad and not the computer on the thing, because Nissans, they get computer problems when they get old. And of course, if you've recently gone through a bunch of water or something, look for water intrusion that corrodes the connectors, and then they don't work either. When you pull the connectors apart, you'll see green stuff. Then clean it with some spray electrical cleaner and put it back together again. That's Bernard 2020. Scotty, I have a 2017 Honda Civic LX. The battery's ready to replace. Do you think it could have been junk, or is the car junk? The batteries that they put in Hondas, a lot of them are junk. They use the smallest battery they can put in. It saves them money when they build the car. It's kind of a raw deal. They also make a very small space that you can't fit a bigger battery in. There's only one real reason they put really small batteries in cars, is because it's cheaper to make them. Now, technically, it's lighter than a bigger battery, so you get better gas mileage, but like 1/1000th of a mile a gallon. Maybe the stupid thing only weighs maybe a couple pounds less or something than a bigger one. It's kind of a joke, but you can put a bigger battery in. And I have seen that with Honda batteries all the time. They're small little crappy things, and they just don't last long. Some of them, I've actually seen big motorcycles that had bigger batteries than the ones that they put in some of those Honda Civics. It's just that they're putting cheap batteries in, which is kind of a stinker. You're paying all that money for a car. You think they could put a decent battery that's reliable. But in that case, they really don't. I wouldn't worry about the car per se. They're decent made cars, but the battery going out that fast is just because it's too small of a battery and they're not such hot batteries to begin with. F-Bat just said, should I get an F-150 or a Toyota Tacoma? Well, it depends what you want. The Toyota Tacomas are reliable, they run forever, but that's a smaller truck. An F-150 is a full-size pickup truck. When you get into that kind of a discussion, you really got to go inside your own head and decide, what do you want? Are you going to carry a lot of weight? Are you going to tow heavy vehicles or heavy loads or go long distances pulling heavy loads? Get an F-150 with a V8 engine. I mean, you're going to need a big engine. If you want a truck to drive around as a runaround truck to go everywhere and last for 30 or 40 years, get the Toyota Tacoma. But they're kind of different birds. Now, if you're talking used versus new, you're probably better off getting an F-150 because you can get them used a lot cheaper. Toyota resale values on a Toyota Tacoma, their resale values are insanely high. You're never going to get a very good deal on an excellent one because they're just worth too much money. With the F-150s, you can get decent used deals. So it also depends whether you're talking about used or new. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.